Hello, guys. Hello, thanks for joining. I am Aquile underscore Akosia. Thanks for joining. Ife, thanks for joining my live today. I want to review a book. In business, as in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. So stay tuned. I'm going to give you 10 big ideas from the book. Um, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining my live. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing today? I started, but I think yeah, I had a small power challenge. ECU did their thing. So, guys, we are back and we want to learn some 10 big ideas. Yesterday, we were able to meet. Yesterday, I gave them nice ideas on, I gave them the power of negotiation. You're fine. Nice to hear. I'm also doing very well. How is your weekend going? So, after I was saying yesterday, we were able to give very good ideas on negotiation. Today, we'll continue. We'll have negotiation skills. Great, thanks. Okay, thanks for joining my live once again. I think we just wait for some few seconds for the others to join, and then we'll be able to start. If you have any questions, Ikeamea, thanks for joining. Ikeamea, sorry, I had a challenge. I think this thing happens to me like almost every Saturday. I mean, ECG do their thing again, but we are live, guys. How is the sound? How is the picture? Is it good? How is the can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, give me thumbs up. I want to wait for a few seconds, and then we continue. Maybe I do an overview of what we've done today, and then we continue, guys. If the sound is good, if you can hear me clearly, you can give me a thumbs up so that we continue. Okay. Okay, Ify, thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, Hakim, thanks for joining. Thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, so trust me, we are back. So I'm sure the others will join. Okay, now thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, so we are back. What we're doing was I started with talking about setting targets, and I said that when setting targets, you have to be very specific with the targets so that your salespeople don't miss the target. And when it comes to targets, set very high targets, because when you set very high targets, you are likely to achieve them. Then I moved on to how to gain power in a negotiation. So how to gain power in a negotiation? That's the bargaining power. I said you have to know what the power of time, because time has its own language. You can't be negotiating the same time. Your negotiation skills or powers cannot come into play every particular time. In 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. when you are tired, it's likely that you make very poor negotiation decisions, or you make very poor decisions in the negotiation. So don't negotiate at that time. So I said that the rule of the thumb is don't negotiate or agree on any serious thing very early in the morning or late at night. Don't do it. It's not good. Thanks for joining underscore is it Joshness? Thanks for joining. Sorry, I had a challenge. I think ECU did his thing again, but we are back. I've solved it, and I'm sure we'll be fine to the end of the session. I was just doing a recap of what we've been doing today. So yes, I was saying that that's the power of time. The next time we move to the power of persistence. We said you have to be persistent if you want to do very well in a negotiation. You have to be persistent. The third one is knowledge and power. Knowledge, information. When it comes to negotiation, always make sure you are abreast with the knowledge that you're supposed to have before you go into the negotiation. And then I said you have to interlock the interest of the other party that you are negotiating with. Interlock their interest with yours. When you do that, you are a good negotiator. That's what all good negotiators do. They try to understand what is the interest of the other party, and then they try to interlock that with theirs, and then you are gone, because that you can have satisfaction on both sides, and then you're gone. So that's how you gain power in a negotiation. I was on this point. I said how to approach a firm price. A firm price means that a price that you can negotiate. It's not like going to Countermantle or the market and buying thing and say, oh, Charlie, reduce it for me. When you go to an established company or a firm or a retail shop, chances are that you can't bring down the price. So what do you do? What are some of the ideas that you employ to make sure that you can um, have the price reduced in another way? Well, so the price will reduce, but it will be in another way. So I guys ready for those ideas? If you are ready, just give me thumbs up. I give you like almost 10 points there of how to attack or approach FM price. If you are excited, you can give me a thumbs up, then I go on, guys. I'm waiting for your thumbs up, guys. I'm talking about how to approach FM price, and I'm saying that if it thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, so the first one is quantity. The first point is quantity. Now, thanks for the thumbs up. The first one is quantity. Now, you have to look at the quantity. You have to look at the quantity, which means that if you buy, sometimes you go like, if I buy 2 or 3, do I get a discount? Now, if you buy 2 or 3 or even 2 and get a discount, you've reduced the price. If you are getting 10%, 20% discount, you have reduced the price. The next point is mixing. Mixing just means that they could tell you that, oh, if you buy perhaps a toothpaste and a toothbrush, we reduce the price for you. Mixing. So you can mix the products, you can mix the product that you have to buy. You get a reduction in the price. The third one is what? Payment. You could actually tell them, do I have to pay upfront? They'll be like, no, you don't have to pay upfront. You can pay in installment. That's also very good, because if you are paying in installment, you know the time value of money. 1,000 Ghana cedis today, what 1,000 Ghana cedis can buy today, it's not the same thing that 1,000 Ghana cedis could buy 10 years ago. I mean, 10 years ago, what's the price of kinky? It was obviously less than it is now. So the time value of money could work in your favor. So you could spread how much you are going to pay over a long time. So payment, always know how do I pay? Perhaps you could say when you pay with mobile money, we reduce the price for you. Voila, you have reduced the price. Now another way to reduce the price is obsolete. Obsolete says that you could opt to buy one of their products that is old. So if you buy an old product, what happens? Perhaps they reduce the price for you. Thanks for joining Gifty. We are reviewing a book, reviewing this book, and I'm giving you how to approach FM price. When you go to Accra Mall or Game, how do you make sure that they reduce the price for you? These are other ideas that you can employ, and then the price will reduce for you. So these are good negotiation tactics that I'm teaching. So obsolete says that perhaps you want to buy a fridge, but they have an old fridge. It is not faulty, it's just that it is old. Nobody bought it. You could tell them how much, what if I buy this fridge? Perhaps you could get 50 discount or 40% discount. There's nothing wrong with the fridge. That is a good idea. So you could negotiate in terms of obsolete. You could go about advance. Some people say, okay, I want to buy. So right now they are selling the PS5, right? Just imagine somebody who said that they wanted to buy the PS5 3 months before. You understand? If you wanted to buy the thing, so buying advance means that buying something that is not up for sale now, but because you buy it now, you get a discount on it. And Miss Go, thanks for joining. I don't know what happened. I think ECG did this thing again, and everything just went off because I use a router, so which needs electricity. But now I'm back, and I was talking about how to approach a firm price. So you're welcome. I said when you go to Accra Mall or you go to ShopRite, what do? You can't reduce the price. I said the first thing is quantity. You could tell them, you could opt to buy maybe 2, and then when you buy 2, they'll say there's a discount. When you buy 2, we can give you a discount if you reduce the price there. I talk about mixing. You could buy other products. I talk about payment. You could spread the payment. You don't have to pay upfront. Maybe they say, oh no, you have to pay in installment. You save some money there if you pay in installment. Then I talk about obsolete. Obsolete says that perhaps the product is old. So you could ask them, okay, you're selling this new refrigerator. Do you have an old one? They'd be like, okay, we have an old one, but that is less. You could buy that one. It's not that it's faulty, it's just that it's old. An advanced one. So I was talking about and that was the point I was on. I was saying that the PS5, people are talking about buying PS5 now. Now imagine somebody who wanted to buy the PS5 3 months ago, or let's say beginning of the year. But because I believe the PS company have a lot of money, they might not agree with it. But I think I believe you get the idea. The idea is that you want to buy something that is not for sale now. Because they know they're not selling it now, and they don't know if they will even be able to sell it, they'll reduce that for you. Another way is commission. Now, commission is exciting. I like commission. So commission says that, you see, certain times there are salespeople who sell these things, and they have their own commission on the product. Do you understand? So a salesperson, Asante, thanks for joining. I'm doing a book review on this book. I'm teaching you how to approach a firm price. When you go and then you see that you can't reduce a particular price, what do you do? What I said, smart ways that you can reduce the price. So the next point is commission. With commission, I'm saying that some certain times salespeople are in charge of a particular product, have their commission on it. So let's say if the product is 100 Ghana cedis, the commission is 20%. So let's say the salesperson, his commission is 20%. Now you can negotiate with the salesperson, right? And go like, okay, you know what? I know that this product is 100 Ghana cedis, but trust me, all I got is 80 cedis. So all I have is 90 cedis. If the salesperson is ready to give up his commission of 20 cedis, trust me, you are gone. So you pay 90 cedis for the product. The salesperson takes his 10 cedis and then gives the 80 cedis to the company. You understand? Pato Ricky, thanks for joining, guys. I don't know. Every Saturday I have to go through this ordeal, but we are back. We are talking about how to approach the firm price again. So the point I am on is commission. I said you can use commission to reduce the price of a retail shop. Commission, and this is how salesmen usually have a commission in the price that the firm or the company is selling it. So if the price is 100 cedis, perhaps the salesperson has 20%. You could negotiate with the salesperson and tell him, hey, please, I want you to reduce this thing for me. The salesperson agrees. You pay 90 cedis instead of the 100 cedis, or 95 cedis instead of the 100 cedis. The salesperson instead of 20 cedis gets you that a 10 cedi or 15 cedis. Guys, if you understand that idea, give me a thumbs up. I go on to the next idea. Guys, I hope you got the idea about the commission. It works, trust me. And the idea about the obsolete, it works, guys. The payment installment, it works, guys. Truly Nanifia, thanks for joining, guys. I'm so sorry, I don't know, ECG did this thing again. So I'm talking about the same point what we're on. Honorable Ni, thanks for joining my live. We are learning about how to approach the firm price. So I was on commission. Amisigo, thanks for the thumbs up. I said, so with commission, the salesperson could reduce the price for you. Okay, let me go to the next one. So delivery. The other way for you to be able to reduce the price is delivery. Now, companies sometimes charge delivery on their products. So they be like, okay, we are going to deliver this thing to you. So that's why the price is 100 Ghana cedis. Now, if you opt to pick it up yourself, you can reduce the price. So you have to ask all these questions. Ask them, okay, so if I come and pick it up myself, does the price change? Sometimes they tell you, oh yes, delivery fee is 20 cedis or 10 cedis. So if you come and pick it up for yourself, we reduce it for you. So delivery is another way you can reduce a firm price. The next one is warranty. Guys, warranty. In Ghana here, people don't cherish warranty so much, but trust me, if you've had a product and because of warranty, either they couldn't change it for you or change it for you, you appreciate warranty. I want to share this personal story. So my MTN table net, unfortunately, ECG had to take the light, but so my MTN table net got 40 in March. I think when the corona began. I mean, what's the time for it to go 40 when I really needed it the most? So I took it to the MTN office, and then they told me that I bought it. I thought I bought it around November or December, but they told me that no, you bought it in September, because they checked the date and the day the SIM was active. So I had to remember and said, okay, fine. And then they were like, you know what? Because you bought it in September, we have a warranty of a year. So trust me, the MTN guys were so good. They changed the router for me. The router was not functioning. I mean, when you plug it, there was no light coming in. I mean, there was no signal at all. You don't even know whether it's working or not. And when you try to connect, it doesn't work. I think there was a problem with the device. The guys changed it for me, guys, because they told me I had a warranty of a year. So if the September would have exceeded, if it was after September, let's say October or November, they wouldn't have changed it for me. And I had to cough out 500 Ghana cedis, because now that's how they're selling 500 Ghana cedis to buy a new device. So when they changed it for me, trust me, I was the happiest person on this planet. So I got to cherish warranty very, 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 very well. So if you've gone through this before, where you had to change the device just because of the warranty, and they had to change the whole year. So I'm using a whole new device here and I'm so happy for it. So thanks, guys. Thanks for the MTN people. This free advertisement. But so back to the point of warranty. Now, if you go and they tell you that, oh, this product, the warranty is 6 months. Perhaps you can't change the price, but you could change the warranty. Say, oh, I want a warranty of 1 year. You understand? You can tell them you want a warranty of 1 year. Now, the advantages of a warranty of 1 year is that it's going to give you a more leverage. Now, if the table net was a warranty of 6 months, in September till March or April, I'm sure my warranty would have been up. And if my warranty was up, I would not be able to change the product. So warranty is very, very important. Before you buy any product, negotiate the warranty. If you check the warranty and they say there's no warranty, ask them why there's no warranty. If there's warranty, is it 6 months? Is it 1 year? Perhaps you can even push it from 1 year to 2 years. Because warranty is so beautiful. Trust me, they got me a new device, guys. They got me a new device and I was so excited that day. So warranty is very important. Time pressure. You can also look at time pressure. With time pressure, it's so direct. Time pressure says that, so you meet a person selling something and then you go and then they have a deadline of till June to sell the item. They have a deadline till June to sell the item. So what do? You go and then you tell them that you wait 30th June. I think there's 30 days in June. So 30th June, you go and then you are there and then you want to buy. That's very smart, isn't it? So on the deadline day, you are there. Chances are that they couldn't even sell the product. You see, chances are that they couldn't sell the product. So 30th June, you are there. They tell you, we are doing 20% off or 30% off. We just want to clear our shop. That is a way to reduce the firm's price. Don't you think so? I think that's a very good idea. Now, the next point is buy through a friend. I don't know how many of you have tried this, but it works. I've tried it, it works. Buy through a friend. Now, a lot of people who work I've not tried it at ShopRite before, but I've tried it again. What happens is, I think the sellers or those guys, they have a discount when they buy it themselves. Or if you have a friend who works at a particular place, it doesn't have to be Game or ShopRite or anything, who works at a particular place, chances are that they have discounts when they buy it themselves. You understand? When they go and they say they are going to buy, they have discounts. So buy it through a worker friend. So if you don't have a friend, just go and make a friend and let the person buy it for you. The person buys it and then you can even see sometimes 50% discount. You understand? So buy it through a friend. Guys, who was excited about these ideas? If you want me to go over, I can go over. If you're excited about this idea, give me a wave. I go on to the next big idea. If you're excited about this idea, give me a wave. I go on to the next big idea, guys. So give me a wave, give me thumbs up, give me anything. I go on to the next big idea. If you have a question, you could ask. If you want me to go over, I could go over. For those who joined late, okay, I could say one is quantity, mixing, payment. You can decide to pay in installment. Obsolete, you could buy an old product and then they reduce the price for you. Advanced, you could buy tomorrow's product or in the future, a product in the future, and then they could reduce it for you. Neo Dre, thanks for joining. Ife with the way, that means Ife has gotten all the points. That's good. And I talk about commission. You can allow the salesperson to reduce the commission for you. I talk about delivery. You can ask to pick it up yourself, and if you pick it up yourself, perhaps the price will be reduced for you. Warranty, and warranty is very important to me because it happened to me in my own life, and I'm so excited about warranty. So you can negotiate the warranty because warranty is like buying the thing again, but you didn't use your money. So they gave me a whole new device. They loaded my data on it. I had 200 gigabytes of data. They loaded everything on it for me for free. All I had to do was they just called me to come and pick it up. So that was awesome. Time pressure. So wait for deadline time. Go there. They say, oh, it's 30% off the price. Hey, there you go. You've reduced the price. Buy it to a worker friend. Tell them, oh, what if you buy it? Do you get the same discount? They say they get huge discount. You buy it to a friend. Excellent. So now that I have the wave and I have the thumbs up, I move on to the next big idea. Now, defending your selling price. Now, not all of us are buyers. Some of us are also sellers. So if you're a seller and I'm giving out ways that sellers can benefit and buyers can benefit, because in the second point it was about how buyers benefit. Now I have to also talk about how sellers benefit, right? It's rather fair to do that. So defending your selling price. If you're a seller and you have a selling price, how do you defend it? Now you have to understand as a seller that the price is not the only reason why people buy something. Guys, the price is not the only reason why people buy something. There are lots of reasons why people buy something. So you could, what's the word? You could negotiate in those terms. So if you're a seller, you could negotiate in those terms. First point is user friendly or user friendliness. People buy iPhone. iPhone is very expensive. I mean, quote and unquote. But people buy it because of what user friendliness. People feel it's more user friendly. They have more so experience. You could also, if you're a seller, you could negotiate in terms of the experience that the buyer will get from buying that particular product. Because if price was the only important thing in buying a product, like we'll have just one price for every product, and we'll have just one company who have monopoly over all products. But then it's not the case, because price is just the starting point. There are more important things. So look at more important things and sell those benefits to the customer, and in that way you'll be able to get the customer to buy. The customer comes and says, "Oh, the price is too high." Now sell the benefits. Sell that it's an exceptional product. Sell what the product does, the benefits of the product, if it's user friendly, if it's if it's durable, if it's made of high quality. You explain these things to the customer. Chances are that the customer is going to buy. Okay, so that was for the seller. Now we go on to the next big idea. We're talking about negotiation skills or techniques. Negotiation techniques for the buyers. Okay, because we all buy, whether you like it or not. Even if you're a seller, you all buy. Now the first one, it says, "Give me your best and final offer." So you can write this down. The first negotiation technique you could use when you go into negotiation is tell the seller, if you, after a long talk, let's underscore K, thanks for joining my life. We are doing negotiation techniques. So, hey, you are in time. We are doing negotiation techniques. And I just give the first point, which says, "Give me your best and final offer." Give me your best and final offer. So you go to the seller, you see that he's talking so much. You be like, "Guy, give me your best and final offer." When you do that, the seller, you cause the seller to think very fast and then give you the best and final offer. Yesterday we learned something about an elephant seller and a businessman. If you missed it, it's in my IGTV. It's on my IGTV on Instagram, or you can go to YouTube. The link is in my bio. You learn so much about what I said about the elephant seller and a businessman, because a businessman will not buy an elephant, but hey, the businessman bought an elephant. You understand why, and it is because of "give me your best and final offer." So when you go and buy something, just tell somebody, "Give me your best and final offer." When you say that, you tell the seller, what you're telling the seller is, "I'm not ready to negotiate or go back and forth about this. Give me your best and final offer." That's one. Number two, the point is straw issues. Straw, as you know, straw is not very important. So straw issue just means that, so you could be giving away straw issues. So you see, in a negotiation, you see that one party is, we say, "Oh, I want this," and then the person says, "Oh, you can have it." "I want that," and the person says, "You can have it." The person is actually giving away his straw issues, the things he sees are not important. So you can give away a strong issue, you make the other party very excited, and then now you negotiate on the things that are important to you. It is the same as this technique, which says, "Give it away on page 1, 2, 3, and take it back on 5, 6, 7. Let me repeat that. Give it away on page 1, 2, 3. Take it back on pages 4, 5, 6. Now, this is a very difficult tactic, but those who are good negotiators use it all the time. What do I mean by give it away on pages 1, 2, 3, and take it back on 5, 6, 7? When they go into a negotiation, what they do is that they come and then you see that this guy is being too nice. So you say, "Oh, I want this in this negotiation," he gives it to you. "I want that." So if the negotiation is going to take days, day one, he's giving you everything that you want. Trust me, the things that he's giving to you are not important to him, and that's why he's able to give it to you. Now he gives you all those things, and you realize that day 2 or day 3 of the negotiation, now he's trying to take back. What he's trying to tell you, that those things that he gave you was not even necessary to him. It was quote and unquote, we'll call it free bone or something. And then now he's negotiating with you on the most salient or important things to him. I hope you understand that tactic. So you give it away on pages 1, 2, 3, or day 1 you give it away, and day 2, 3 you take it back. So this one, you just to entice the other person, and then you understand. So that was the technique. The next one is, how do you negotiate with? Okay, that's the last one. Okay, so the next one is what we call reverse auction. Guys, are you there? I need a thumbs up to know if guys are there. Then I continue with the next point. Did you get what I said? Today we are doing the negotiation techniques for buyers, specifically for buyers. If you like what I said, okay, Patrick is there. Okay. So thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, so I go on. The next one I want to talk about is that's all I've got. That's all I have got. That's all I've got. That is also another strategy for buyers. That's all I've got says that when you go to a seller and then you see that he's talking a lot, just tell him, Charlie, that's all I've got. When you say that's all I've got, sometimes they are forced to take it. When you say, I think some people already use this technique. You do thanks for the thumbs up. I miss you, thanks for the thumbs up. Just tell him that's all I've got. His underscore Joshness, thanks for the thumbs up. So you could just tell the person that's all I've got. And when you say that's all I've got, the guy is ready to just give in. The next one I want to talk about is negotiating with a friend or a close relative. How many times have you seen that it's so weird for you to negotiate with a close relative or a family member? If a family member tells you they are selling their car or their iPhone or something, it's very difficult for you to negotiate with them because of the relationship. Now, three approaches. So I'm going to give you three approaches. You see which one to choose. It will be obvious to show you which one to choose. So it talks about an uncle trying to sell his furniture to two of his nephews and one niece. So four people involved here. The uncle is trying to sell it to his two nephews and one niece. The first nephew goes on the wrong note. He tries to negotiate with his uncle as though his uncle was a stranger. So he says that, uncle, I know you are my uncle, but Charlie, doesn't matter. This one is business. Let's negotiate. And trust me, the uncle, things didn't go well because the uncle was like, nah, you are still a family member, so I can't say that I'm negotiating with you like a stranger. So the deal couldn't pass. The second approach, which is the second nephew, goes to the uncle, and then he says that, so the second nephew, he goes to the other side, and he says that you are my uncle. You can't sell this thing for me on a high price, so you have to reduce it for me. And the uncle felt cheated because at the long run, then he felt like, okay, then I don't have to sell the furniture in the first place, because if I'm going to, it's like I'm dashing it to you, right? So the uncle felt uncomfortable. The deal couldn't succeed because they felt very uncomfortable to negotiate that way. Now the third approach, which is the niece. So what the niece did was, he saw the furniture, interested in the furniture. What she did was she went with the uncle to check the market price of the furniture. So if they went to the market, they went to the let's say the furniture shop, and then they checked, and then they saw that the furniture was let's say 600 Ghana cedis. So they agreed on, okay, so now is the market price. So they came home, and then the niece also told the uncle that this is my budget. My budget for a furniture is 400 Ghana cedis. So the uncle was like, okay, so we could strike a deal. Okay, you can give me 500 Ghana cedis, or you can even give me the 400 Ghana cedis. At this point, or in this approach, both of them, it was a win-win situation for the uncle and the niece, and they all parted ways and they were happy. Guys, did you get that? So that is the technique in negotiating with a friend or a close relative. To make sure that the relationship between you and the person is not lost, you apply the approach of the niece, and then you make sure that both of you guys are on the same page. I don't know, did you get the idea, guys? If you got the idea, give me a thumbs up. I go on to the next big idea. Guys. Okay, I want to drop this before we continue. Now, when it comes to negotiation, it's very important to talk about the time. I talked about negotiating the time and also the medium to use. I said avoiding negotiating at very weird times, in strange places, when you are tired or when you are hungry. Jacob and Esau's story, bad negotiation. He was negotiating at a time when he was hungry, so he couldn't. So trust me, when you are hungry and angry, both of them, don't negotiate, because at that point you are not. Sorry, guys. So at that point you are not in your right frame of mind. So don't negotiate. Always negotiate when you are refreshed. You have a lot of energy to do so, because you need your mind to be thinking right to be able to negotiate. Now, when it comes to the medium to use, face to face, you could do face to face negotiation, or you could do on the phone negotiation. Now, this is the rule of thumb. you can note this down. This is a rule of thumb. If you want to avoid a no answer, negotiate face to face. If you want to give a no answer, the phone is a good way to do so. This is a tactic for free. This is benefits to you. I want to repeat that. If you want to avoid a no answer, negotiate face to face. If you want to give a no answer, the phone is the best way to do so. What am I saying? In a face-to-face negotiation, it's very difficult for you to say no, because if the person is right in your face, then chances are that the person will push you till you agree to the terms and conditions of the person. We all know that it's very easy to give a no answer on the phone, because what if you're on the phone? Someone will say, I'm in my house, come and catch me, right? So it's easier for you. So if you want to avoid a no answer, negotiate face to face. If you want to give a no answer, the phone is the best way to go. If you like that idea, give me thumbs up. I go on to the next big idea, guys. I go on to the next big idea. You can give me a wave or something. Let me know you are still around. And then we go to the next big idea, guys. I'm so excited about this idea. It talks about dirty tricks. Now, in negotiations, some people can use dirty tricks on you. And it's very important for you to know these dirty tricks, so you don't have to be ignorant of this dirty trick. So if you got the idea, just give me a thumbs up. Did I just see a thumbs up? Okay, so yeah, Messigo. Yes, thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, so dirty tricks. I'm so excited about this point as well. Dirty tricks. It says you have to watch out for these tricks in a negotiation. Watch out for these tricks in a negotiation. The first trick, you can write it down. The first trick is the deed is done. The deed is done. A lot of people, when you're in a negotiation with them, or when the stakes are very high, they tell you, oh, I've already done the thing. So let's say you employ the services of a plumber or a carpenter, and then you tell them to do ABC, and then he adds up ABC, D, E, F, G. What I'm trying to say is that he does things that you didn't tell him to do. And then you call him and be like, oh, I didn't say you should do this part. He'll be like, the deed has been done. Do you understand? I'm trying to tell you, I've already done it, so you have to pay me. Now, people use this trick a lot. They'll tell you the deed has been done, so you have to pay me. Now, this is because it's easier for us to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. It's easier for people to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. So because of that, people use the deed has been done on you. Now, to avoid these things, when you are going to negotiation, when you are having someone do these things for you, be sure to explain clearly what you want the person to do. Be sure to explain clearly what you want the person to do, so that the person doesn't use this on you. The next trick, guys, is the good cop, bad cop, or it's also called the white hat, black hat. The good cop, bad cop. This strategy works, trust me, and if you don't take time to work on you. A typical example of a good cop, bad cop is the police or the police service. They use this technique very well to get information from criminals. So let's say it's an alleged criminal. He comes to the police cells, and then they try to question him. So you know what will happen? A bad cop will come first, right? A bad cop will come first and try to hassle this guy and try to give him a tough time and try to be all bad to him. You understand? So when the bad cop comes and does all those things, some minutes after, the good cop comes. So he's a good cop, he's a good guy. He comes, he gives him food to eat. He asks him, what do you want? Says, I want, let's say, for food. He gives him for food to eat. He smiles to him and then talks nicely to him. And then he starts to chat with him. Now, guys, the good cop and the bad cop, who will be able to extort information from the criminal? Who will be able to extort information from the criminal? Is it the good cop or the bad cop? So the bad cop comes and then he hassles this guy up and down and then treats him, doesn't treat him very well. And then minutes after, the good cop comes and then he tries to be all nice, gives him water to drink, asks him his name, and then try to even talk to him about how perhaps he might be innocent. Who do you think the criminal will talk to? the criminal is going to open up to the good cop. Truly, Nana, if you are thanks for that. So the good cop, so trust me, both the good cop and the bad cop are on the same team. That's why this trick works. So they're on the same team. So one will play a bad cop, one will play a good cop. So the criminal doesn't know this. So it's a dirty trick. You have to be aware of that. You have to be aware. So the criminal will just be sitting there. He'll be like, this guy is good to me. So he'll be like, he'll explain everything to the guy, and then they have their information. So watch out for good cop, bad cop. On a lighter note, what people do in corporations or companies is that they you ask them for a prize, or you ask them to do something for you, and they tell you, oh, it's company policy. So they are playing good cop, bad cop here. But for that, they are saying that the company policy is the bad cop, and they are the good cop. They are smiling to you. But trust me, they are the company policy. And trust me, sometimes there's even no company policy that frowns on that. So be aware of the good cop, bad cop. The next trick or the next tactics, dirty tactics in negotiation that you have to know. Tracy, thanks for joining. We are talking about dirty tricks that people can use on you in terms of negotiation. So the next one is the phony acceptance. The phony acceptance. Now this trick or this tactic, they say they use it very well it's used very well in real estate. So let me explain the tactic. So the real estate guy calls you and then says that so you call the real estate guy, you want to buy a house, a nice house in either Manhattan or let's say in Accra or East Legon. And then you call this guy and then he tells you, oh, it's, let's say 1 million Ghana cedis, right? You live in Amsterdam. Thanks for joining. We are reviewing a book on negotiation. You learned so much. This big book. I'm giving you 10 big ideas from this book. So I was talking about the dirty trick, phony acceptance. So you call the guy and you be like, okay, 1 million Ghana cedis, I'll buy the house, right? Now this real estate guy, what he does is that he uses your price, your 1 million Ghana cedis, to negotiate other prices with other people. So he goes and then he gets another buyer, and then he tells him that, oh, I have 1 million Ghana cedis assured. How much can you give me? Then the guy goes like, oh, you have 1 million. Okay, I'll give you 1.2 or I'll give you 1.5. Then he goes to the third person and says, I have 1.5. How much did you give me? Because the house is good, I'm going to sell it. Some people also do this with iPhones. So you say you want to buy an iPhone, you call the dealer tells you, oh, iPhone, anything, iPhone 7 or iPhone 11 Pro Max is, let's say, 5,000 or 7,000. Then you'll be like, okay, I'm interested. So he will store you. So for this tactic to work, they do what is called a big store. You call them and you be like, oh, I'm coming. He's using your price to bargain for another bigger price. That's the phony acceptance. So the acceptance is only on the phone. It's not deep, and then trust me, you'll be taken. So that's a way to avoid this dirty trick. One way to avoid this dirty trick is for you to follow up, especially if you are dealing with a middleman. Try to find out who exactly the seller is, who the real original seller is, because if you find out who the original seller is, you'll be able to avoid this tactic by these people. That's a way to defend yourself. And also try not to waste time. So sometimes you say you want to buy an iPhone, the guy says give me the specifications, and then you also don't give him specifications. So if you try, because what these guys need most is time. They want to waste time. So if you also don't give a lot of information or all the information needed, then you help him to waste the time and then do that big stalling. So make sure there's no wasting time on your part. Thanks for joining. Is it Della Olivia? Thanks for joining. We are reviewing the book, and I'm talking about dirty tricks that people can use on you in negotiation. The next point is figures don't lie, but liars figure. I want to repeat that. Figures don't lie, but liars figure. Now, we all know that figures don't lie, right? Figures don't lie. That is very true. But trust me, other things can be used in negotiation. They can use the figure to manipulate you. So the figures are not lying, but trust me, you can negotiate about how was the data collected, which people collected this data or this figure that you're talking about. So you go to a negotiation and it's throwing figures at you. It's true, the figures might be right because figures don't lie, but how about how the figures were derived? How about the people who derived these figures? Are they expect the people who put it together? What about them? Did they miss something? Are there some things that they included that they're not supposed to include? So if you do accounting, you know how to account for stuff. Did they include things that they were not supposed to include and all that? So understand this strategy. When people come and then they are throwing figures at you, figures don't lie, but liars figure. So try not to be swayed away by this. When people are throwing figures at you, sit down and say, okay, wait, how did you derive this figure? Where did it come from? Always question the source. And when you question the source, you'll be able to know. Challenge the figures. Challenge anything that you don't understand, anything that is confusing. Challenge it. And trust me, there are two advantages of challenging. One, if you challenge, you'll be able to understand it better. And two, if he's going to rip you off, he will back off. So that's the advantage of challenging everything. So the next one is encouraging a customer to make changes to or additions to a project. Artisans use this all the time. So let's say you are making an extension to your house. You've told him specifically what you want. This mason will come and add other things to it. The reason why they do that is that the more additions, the more money you have to pay them. Or you tell a painter, paint this particular place. He goes and then he paints 1, 2, 3, 4 other places that you didn't tell him to do. So that technique is also there. That trick is also there. Or you tell a cobbler to work on this shoe, he goes and works on all the shoes. He tells you all of them I have problem. They actually use this tactic or this strategy to get you to pay more. So a way for you to change this is for you to make a list of all potential changes. Make a list of what exactly you want him to do. Make a list of what exactly you want him to do. So that when you make a list of, hello Bright, you're welcome to the book review segment. Yesterday we were able to meet. If you missed it, let's go into my IGTV. It's going to be there. We're talking about dirty tricks that people can use on you. We're on the point where people add other things to the project that you didn't tell them to do. So yes, making changes to the project is very important. Make a list. Make sure you guys agree on what is supposed to be done before it starts. In that way, you'll be able to you'll be able to escape this particular dirty trick. The last but not the least, it says the friendly serviceman approach. The friendly serviceman approach. Now, it's a story of a cobbler, a businessman who had a problem with his plumbing or his pipes. Water was just gushing out through everywhere. And so he decided to call a plumber. So he goes online and he calls a plumber. Now this plumber comes, and then this plumber comes, and then this plumber solves the problem. The plumber solves the problem and charges what, $10, something very cheap. So what, the businessman goes like, oh, then I have a plumber I can rely on, right? Now guess who you call when you have a big problem? So he has another problem challenge. He calls the plumber. The plumber comes. Then for this one, the plumber says, it's not a small job. I have to change your whole pipes. The whole pipes in the house is faulty, it's old, it's rackety. I have to change it. The businessman goes like, what? I thought this is also a small problem. He says that no, I'll need 3 extra men to work on this. So the businessman goes like, wow, this is serious. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for joining. Stephanie, thanks for joining. I am on the last point of the dirty tricks that people can use on you in a negotiation. Some people can use very dirty tricks on you in a negotiation, and the point is the friendly serviceman approach. So with this, the example is a plumber. A plumber comes to work for you the first day. He charges you like 10 cedis or 5 cedis. You are happy. And then the next day you have another problem. You call him and then he tells you, this is a big problem. I have to change your entire pipes. I have to work with like 5 people to work on it. You'll be like, okay, fine. So perhaps you go to work and come back and you see that they're still on the work. They are not done. This takes them 2 weeks to finish. They come and tell you the bill is 2,000 Ghana cedis. You'll be like, what? Because of the first instance, you gain trust in this plumber because he charged you very less. But trust me, what the plumber was actually doing, he was building your trust. He wanted to gain your trust. And now when he charges you a bigger price, you pay. Now, how to defend yourself from this particular tactic, which is the friendly serviceman approach or tactic, is always be there to agree with him what needs to be done. Don't leave everything entirely to him. For him to come and tell you that, oh, things didn't go well, I'm sorry, I have to extend to this day or to this day or to that day. Don't leave everything to that serviceman. Well, no matter how much you trust him or something like that, don't leave everything to him. Guys, those were about the dirty tricks. So excited about negotiation skills. Today I've been able to share a lot. I shared about how to gain power in a negotiation. the power of time, the power of persistence, the power of knowledge and information. I also shared about negotiation tactics. I said that you, for a buyer, you can go like, that's all I've got, or you can say take it or leave it tactic, or you could also say you could use the reverse auction tactic. You could use a lot of tactics I shared today. You could also say you could give it away on pages 1, 2, 3 and take it back on pages 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you missed it, it's going to be on my IGTV for sure. Or I also thought about how to negotiate with a friend, a close friend, or a relative or a family member, so that the deal doesn't go haywire, or you don't lose or break that relationship. It's very, very important. Now guys, we've come to the end of today's book review session. The book that I reviewed was in business as in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. I want to introduce tomorrow's book. Tomorrow I want to do a book titled The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Trust me, that book is awesome. Trust me, everything that we do is based on habits, guys. Everything that we do is based on habits. So it says that while we do what we do in life and in business, why do you do what you do? Have you ever thought about it? Do you know that habits can be broken down into 3 ways? We have the cue, we have the routine, and we have the reward. Do you know that habits are triggered by cues? Do you know that it's not even the habit that you do, it is the satisfaction that you get from it? And if you can change that if you can look for other ways to get that same satisfaction, you can exchange bad habits for good ones. And you know that you can't delete a habit from you. It's not like a computer program that you go and delete. You can't delete a habit. All you can do is replace another habit. You can't break an habit. All you can do is get new ones, guys. So next week, same time, Friday 8 p.m, Saturday 10 a.m, we review the book The Power of Habits. Come and know how powerful your habits are and how to break the chain of bad habits. Why you do what you do in life and in business, guys. So thank you so much, guys, for joining in today. I'm so grateful. Thanks for the thumbs up. If you have any question you could ask at this moment, if you have any suggestion you could bring about negotiation skills. Yesterday we were able to do the 7 powerful negotiation techniques. If you missed it, it's also in my IGTV, it's also on my YouTube channel. You guys can go and watch it for free. Yeah, of course, for free. And yesterday we were able to also do how to stop having assumptions in negotiations. Guys, you could also check it out. And yesterday I shared a story about I shared a story. Thank you, Kiamia. Thank you too. I shared a story about selling an elephant to a businessman, and this seller was able to succeed in selling this elephant. So if you missed it too, you could watch it, what I did yesterday. So guys, thank you so much. We'll meet same time, same place, IGTV, and also on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, the link is in the bio. I share with you some funny things that I do on TikTok as well. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for connecting. I'll see you guys same time next week. Thank you. Goodbye.